What's going on, guys? I'm YST and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today I wanted to speak about a Void Legendary which I happened to pull, I would say around 2 months ago now, and I left him there, unbuilt, unranked up for the longest. Well, that changes today because I've actually fully built him up and he's made it into my main Nightmare Hydra team over the giant cock in Gallas Bloodcrest, who's a mythical. And I've been using that champion for ages, but, this dude swoops in and puts in that work. So what does it come down to? Well, with this A1, he defends the wall with attacking all enemies and placing a shield buff on all allies except this champion for 1 turn. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense. So, that's pretty nice for some team support as you're going through, but also opens the opportunity for stuff like curse sets, provoke sets if you need it. Well, I say that, but he does provoke, so what am I talking about? But you get the gist, right? Some of these sets that you can use some debuffs on. But then with the Healing Bombardment, another AoE attack heals this champion by 10% of the damage dealt and increases the duration of buffs on all allies by 1 turn. Now, why this is so good for my Hydra team is, someone like my Senna Amberheart who's placing continuous heal buffs, but also activating them for some terminator fills with their passive. Keeping them up for as long as possible means more turns in over the course of the run, and we're definitely reaching the turn count. So that's pretty cool, and then also for stuff like Perfect Veil from Feral the Barkborn, or increased accuracy for instance, if one of my champions gets devoured. It just holds that universal value as a buff extender. And then also an AoE attack for the healing this champion, just for some self-sustain. Let None Pass. Attacks all enemies has a 100% chance once booked of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, but also an increased resistance and an increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Now, this is one of the main reasons I was using Gallas Bloodcrest, who has a 2-turn provoke. I opted in for Graazur because he's Void Affinity, meaning, when the affinities changes, he's always going to be able to lock down that Head of Decay, which is very important. And because we've got so much speed manipulation, he's able to cycle this round on a 3-turn cooldown and keep that boss under control, right? And also some AoE attacks. But then the increased defense is actually enhancing the damage of my Harima, which was also a reason why I was using Gallas Bloodcrest. So kind of a straight out substitute from the damage that I've been seeing anyway, because he does bring in enemy max HP with this A2, and the more that you can cycle this, the crazy damage that's going to ramp up to wipe out those Hydra heads, or just any bosses that you're encountering. And then this wall won't fall. That's pretty much true, because this guy is an absolute beast. Whenever this champion is attacked, will heal all allies except this champion by 70% of the damage received, and only heals by 35% of the damage received from boss attacks, and the effect has no cooldown. So, this is a great way to just keep your team sustained and healing them up passively, from the damage he receives. And when you're facing these heavy hitters, you're going to see a lot more value from this. Very similar to a Vogoth in a weird way. But then also as an active effect, places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn when receiving a fatal hit. And one thing that I've been doing in Live Arena, which was a ton of fun by the way, I'm not sure if it's open right now, but I can show you some of the battle logs, was I was pairing him with Harima, and he's healing her straight away, and then coming through with some nice provokes for some crowd control, but rolls the chance of polymorph. But the unkillable buff just keeps him there sitting like a crazy tank, and he's just healing my allies, which is pretty cool. Aura-wise, we've gone for defense, 33%, that's pretty nice. And in terms of the build that I've gone with today, we've gone for a Merciless, because we want the chance to decrease a random skill cooldown to do more provokes, or more enemy max HP attacks with his A2. And also ignoring that defense with his attacks, right? So we can reach those cap thresholds, and just the raw damage in general. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going for defense percent because he's based on defense. Need to re-roll this piece here. We've gone crit damage with crit rates. Probably going to look to get crit damage if I can re-roll it. I don't think I can right now. Oh wait, we could try it, but the crit rate's nice. Now I'm going to leave it for now. It's getting expensive. And then also speed on the boots with defense percent. I thought was pretty cool. Accuracy on the banner. Crit damage on the amulet. Only a 5-star, but we got a nice ascension. And it's the set I want. And then also defense here on the ring, which is optimal. I keep doing that with the abbreviations. Do you guys do that as well? It's so annoying. Well, total stats, we've gone for a nice defense of almost 4,000. Nothing crazy, but remember, we don't have the blessings and all of that stuff to kind of enhance that. I might opt in for defense here, but I like the speed on him for his effects. And then we've got 100% crit rate, 270% crit damage, and 277 accuracy. And with my increased accuracy and stuff, it's more than enough to control Head of Decay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Mastery-wise, we've actually gone down to War Master. I was going to think about Helm Smasher, but I just felt like, you know, we're doing enemy max HP caps already, and yeah, just some nice damage around the board over the course of a longer run. And defense tree for some counterattacks, so we can make use of that A1 for some more shields for our allies. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just take him into some areas and have some fun. And here's Gallas. Do you know what? I actually showed Never from HH Gaming a fun team. Oh wait, I don't think... Oh, it's not going to be that good. Basically, it was an army of two style, Gallas and Graazur, and it was crazy. Have I got it here somewhere? I think it could have been this one. Let me take these two out. Let me just check the presets are good. Yes, enemy. Okay. We could try it. You guys will get an idea for it. But it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I think it works best on Force and Magic. Of course, with Gallas, it's the wrong affinity. So, counterattack, max HP. Boom. Unkillable, max HP. Boom. Then increase defense. Boom. Gallas goes through. Another max HP. It's crazy. And because we're actually doing the retaliation launch from the boss, we're just enabling more counters from Gallas Bloodcrest. And then before you know it, we cycle around to this again. Another max HP. It's crazy. Look at this. I love it. So if anyone that's been wondering about Gallas, is he good for somewhere? Put him in this team. And you see this here, guys. Preempting death, unkillable. Right at the right time. And then with the revive on death, look at that, max HP again. That massive heal. See that there? 48 seconds, army of two style, giant cock and a massive wall. What else do you want in Raid Shadow Legends in 2025? So alright, let's go into Hydra. I've actually not seen it in play. I've only seen it with quick battles. But Gallas is now my brutal team. And yeah, this is the team that I'm running. Let's not do a quick battle yet. Let's just see him in action. See what he's doing. And then we will quick battle it because I need a key anyway for this week. So, speed manipulation. Nice. There's that. Oh, he's counterattacked there, which is not ideal. Let's see if we can get a provoke on. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. There's the provoke, Head of Decay. And as long as we could cycle with this now that we've got our perfect veil on, I guess that mastery is something you might want to miss, the counters. It's a hit and miss, right? Because if you don't get the provoke out, the cleanse goes out, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it could tank our damage in the long run. Let's see that enemy max HP. Boom, look at that. 500,000 on Head of Suffering. Beautiful. And over the run, look at this. 3 turns, 10 million damage already. Like, this is a lot better than what Gallas was bringing to the table for my squad, because his enemy max HPs are working on counterattacking, right? And we're not seeing a lot of counters on him. And also, the affinity, you know? If we're facing an affinity that's not good for Gallas, like a spirit, there's times where he doesn't provoke, run goes a bit weird, we still reach the turn count, but it just gets a bit dicey for clash points. By the way, I want to make a new video on Thor. Who wants to see it? Because I put him in the most craziest gear, and as you just seen, he whops out the damage. And as you can see here, provoke straight back on again, so in a team that's got crazy turn potential in speed manipulation, he's able to cycle it around, 3-turn cooldown, and keep these bosses under control. Let's try see another max HP. Boom! It didn't work too well with all the life barriers, did it? So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's a pretty straightforward one, and then extending the duration of all these buffs are increased defense for Harima, the increased attack for Thor if we need it, the continuous heals for Senna being the main thing as well. You know, it just fits into a team like this very, very nicely, and I'm sure many other teams out there as well. Actually, not bad damage on that A1. What's that, 240,000 on Head of Decay on a Devour? Nothing crazy, but not too bad either. Not too bad. Resisting all those effects, increased resistance, such a powerful effect, is why we've got Fear of the Barkhorn for a very similar reason. So let's just get out of here for now. We can just do an instant battle. So yeah, very happy with these results. He's pushed me by another 80 to 90 million for my clash points. And look at Harima and Thor, by the way. Like, Thor is neck and neck with Harima. It's pretty wild with a 5-star Nature's Wrath. Do we keep this? I don't know. We still have a bunch of time. Sod it. It's about the numbers that I see anyway. 700 million is like the cap that I've seen. I'd really like to improve this further. I'm just not sure what I can bring in to do that. Maybe Marius could be a good one. We have to wait and see. So I guess that value is still going to be very good for stuff like Doom Tower as well. If you need some enemy max HPs for whether that be the Griffin or even in my Dark Fate team. I've got him here. I'm out of keys at the moment. But he just goes through with Gallas and they just wipe out the waves and the boss itself, which is pretty fun. And Bommel, potentially, you know, against those Dread Bombs, I think could be very, very effective as well. Because once those Dread Bombs proc, they're not the boss. Bommel's the boss. Very similar to how Vogoth works. You're able to recoup with that passive to heal your allies and just keep you in the race, right, for taking this down. So I think that's very highly effective for players that's progressing, that have a Graazur. But he's also made it into my clan boss team. So if we just buy a key. Unfortunately, it's the Spirit Affinity, but I've been using him in here just for fun. Sometimes I think a cap is around 400 million, 350 against Spirit around 200 to 250. There we go. Sits in the realm that I was thinking. But does a lot more damage against like the better affinities. Let's see. We got Nightmare. Here we go. Oh, this is a long battle. Look, 400 million. Crazy stuff. He didn't do crazy damage, but he's just enhancing the damage of Harima and just supporting the team with some heals. But this is not a speed-tuned team by any stretch of the imagination, guys. And I guess last but not least, I just wanted to speak about Chimera because currently my team does around 170 million on Nightmare, which is pretty good for a comp of this style. But I was just thinking, of course, Grand Oak Pardrake enabling more damage, but could we put Graazur in there by some chance? Or I'm not too sure what we can do. Potentially even Firo out because we're getting increased resistance, but we're not getting the block buffs, but we got it from Lydia. So there's some potentials to fit Graazur here in this team as well. But I guess the main areas that he's changed from my account is Hydra, Demon Lord Clan Boss is cool, and Iron Twin's Fortress. Pretty much is the highlight areas. And in Arena, I said I'll show you my battle log. Lost a few battles here, which is cool. But we did have a good streak while I was using Graazur against some pretty top tier players here. And that was really fun, taking him into live Arena. But yeah, guys, I guess on that note, that is going to be all for today's video. If you did find it enjoyable, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Just wanted to come through, say hello, speak about a champion that I've really been enjoying, and let me know where you use your Graazur in the comment section below if you have the luxury of him. See you on a video soon, guys, and peace.